similar with this conjunction, but in Taurus. And it could shape the economy in different ways. I mean, if I just look at different public traded companies that just went out, I mean, their shares have gone up, their shares have gone down. It's been a roller coaster. Kind of analogy for our personal lives a little bit. Let's get started. This is for the sun, moon, rising. And again, I use whole house astrology, traditional Western astrology, and sidereal. And you can see me for full readings by booking through my website, or I have an old-fashioned phone number. You can ask that later. All right, Aries. All right, the first message for Aries, sun, moon, rising. We've got resurgence. This is a time of refueling, redoing things, getting yourself fired up. Be willing to prepare for the process coming, because you're going to be called to the stage. You're going to be called to speak, talk, present, put yourself out there. And this is, so just do the practice your lines, get that underway. You might be having a lot of things in your mind around remorse, whether that's misconnections, past relationships, missed opportunities. Don't spend time there, Aries. You're healing a chironic wound. You're going to move through that pretty quick. Heartache will dissipate. Things that have really been hard for you have been also teachers for you. And ironically, everything you're going through right now, the next 14 years, you will become an expert in and teach others. And that's always fun, isn't it? From student to teacher. Then I got my little Tauruses. Boy, it's all about you with this conjunction, isn't it, Taurus, as well? I guess it's really breaking out of the old and breaking into the new for you. And so we get entertainment, the key word. Yeah, it's time to be self-sufficient, to entertain yourself, to find entertainment, to entertain your desires, to entertain things that you have on your hot plate. Acquisitions, purchasing, acquiring new friends, new lovers, new money, new jobs, new opportunities, being given merit, being recognized for your merit, whether it's been seniority at your job or just merit for a good job done, and the establishment of really who you are and what you want, and really staying with that. Things that would have rattled you before won't rattle you now. You know, you're gonna be pretty on top of that. Real establish your capacity to cope and to deal. All right, Gemini, sun, moon, rising. What's going on for our Geminis? We have to watch for exhaustion, Gemini. We have to watch for tuning out, tuning away from, avoiding. This could be a good time to go on vacation, a good time to get away, a good time to kind of go deep under the covers on Saturday mornings, not get up too early and go jump at the world. Really trust your intuition, your dreams, your spider senses going on this time. This isn't a time for rash moves. Your really planet Mercury's in retrograde right now, not a time to move forward on things, but a time to review. Maybe it's a good time to do paperwork, tax time, closing things out. All good times for that, Gemini. Little crabs are Cancerians. Concessions, really having to concede or having to compromise or having to kind of go the extra mile to bring people on board, bring people in tune, bring people on side. This could be a time of liquidity, simplifying by selling off, getting rid of, purging, spring cleaning. This is a time of opinions. Hey, everybody's got one. Anyway, there's a saying around that, but that means I'd swear. But opinions, and really dealing with them, conceding, conciding, concessions, bringing opposing opinions into the same, bucket to have to deal with the people. You guys are masters at this, so you can bring opposing sides together. You guys are masters of this. HR directors, I call you. Leos, my lovely little lions. Boy, it's been pretty intense energy. It's only going to build till we get to your birthday. And so this could be a time where you got to get down to basics. This could be doing an inventory of skills, limitations. This could be news coming down the pipe that you're getting rumblings at work, that things are changing, or that there's new things that you're going to have to get on top of. It's okay to delay, and this is a time to delay, pause, wait, watch, just be observant, just like that little cat ready to prey. They just kind of wait, and they slowly creep up and assess the situation before they leave. This could be a time of extravagance. You could be spendy, and wanting to go out, wanting to get this, wanting to do a little shopping therapy, within limits. And this is a time of becoming and getting down to basic and really getting down to task about what needs to get done. And hey, you could even be taking on an acting role. You could be taking on extra work that you're not really recognized for it so much in the job, but it's some extra responsibilities that seem to get put on your shoulders the next 6 weeks or so. All right. And then we've got our Virgos. Oh, my lovely little Virgos. And we've got learning, foresight, education, career, knowledge. Maybe you're like, darn it, I'm going to read a book. I'm going to make time to read a book. Or I'm going to make time to learn a new skill. Or I'm going to make time to work on a project that's personal, close to me. This is a time for affection, a time where you might be craving affection, craving not so much attention in the public way, but affection from a lover, partner, friends, people closest to you. And this would be a great time for massage therapy, a great time for physical therapy, physical touch. This is a time even around maybe reaching out to friends and family, maybe host a party, maybe have people that you already know coming around, getting together or making plans for this coming summer. Libras, boy, it's all about relationship for you guys. Libras, you're really healing, and Aries, you're healing karmic wounds around relationships. And I'm talking not just lovers, I'm talking about friends, people around you. Where you may find your feelings hurt, Libra. Maybe in those arguments that you continue to argue in your head later, saying, I should have said this, I should have said that. I feel like this is a time where you're really going to come to terms with some of that stuff, and you're going to have a couple of really good arguments in your pockets. So you're ready to pull out, like, I got my argument right here. I practiced that a little bit. Anyway, geez. Vibrancy, it's letting yourself be childlike and really just enjoy and have some fun and go and play and not get too serious and downhearted, because people aren't taking things serious. And if you start looking at things too serious, you might get confused by relationships, things that come through relationships, how people are communicating relationships. But just now's the time to go and play, be vibrant, have fun, socialize, go chat, reconnect with friends. It's a good thing. And remember, that's a coincidence. We're coinciding right now. Everything's going to come in with real meaning and real depth. So pay attention. Don't dismiss things right now, Libras. Scorpio. Ooh, my like Scorpios. What's going on, Scorps? Let's see. We've got resurgence. We got really letting go old heartaches and old habits and old things like holding you back. And this might be a good time for you to really get busy about your health, get serious about your diet, get serious about your exercise regime, get serious about how you treat yourself and how you self-care yourself, and remembering to be compassionate for people and present for people, Scorpio, because it is really intense energy, and you're going to have a lot of friends at your doorstep or people really needing you. So don't spread your energy thin there. Sagittarius, my little Saggies. Oh, it's time to get serious about your career. What's going on for you, Sagittarius? What is it that you want? What is it around your job? You might have sudden changes that come to you, a job change, a career change, a vocation change, something that happens that actually turns out to be quite beneficial. And you might be worried at first, but you're going to grow a backbone with this. And I feel like maybe you're going to go into new technologies. Maybe you're going to go deeper down into learning technologies, advancements, progression in your career, job, your vocation, and what you're doing there. That's going to be great energy for you, Sagittarians. It's also a time of conception in all ways, ideas, babies, plans, conception of them. So this is a good time. And over the next 2 years, being able to put things in place with new technologies, vocations, and directions. Then I got my little Capricorns. All right, Cappies. Sunshine, harvest. It's time to reap some rewards. Maybe you're getting kudos at work. Maybe people are like, hey, Cap, you're awesome. And those are the little compliments coming out of the woodwork. Insurance, dealing with paperwork, insurance. The health and wealth of others. That can include your own pension papers, your own financial future securities. You might be really focused on that, maybe even doing wills, estates, and the such. Also looking to break out of the typical culture and maybe checking out different places, the dreams of foreign travel, places, cultures, foods, and excitement. So you could be putting some trips on tap there, Capricorn. Aquarius, let's look at Aquarians. I really think this is really coming to terms with yourselves and what you value and where you're being valued, to Aquarians. And this could be about the politics of things, political, maybe getting involved in, maybe really looking at, maybe deep diving on current affairs going on in the news, trusting your instincts, maybe really looking at legacy. What legacy are you leaving? That could be with your own work, your own creative pathways, how you're viewed in the world, and authorship of things. Maybe you're looking to write things down, create things, put your name on it, put your name to a piece of artwork, put your name to something you're working on or an idea. And this is the time to really start developing that. And then finally, I've got my Pisces. And journey, revolution. This is big for you guys because all this uncomfortable energy is really, it could be very thrilling, exciting, people out of the blue. Be careful for any sort of catfishing, illusions, liars, BSers, clowns, that kind of stuff, because you could get swept off your feet. You could find real connection with certain people that kind of sweep you off your feet and bring you into a new place. And and that could even come in friendships, jobs, relationships, personal relationships, flirting, all that kind of stuff. Just having things come out of the blue, and maybe even having old relationships that you really need clarity in, and you might be given a redo, a second chance to clarify things that have happened in old relationships in order to release them. All right. And again, that's Sun, Moon, or Rising. And you can find me at BerniceBissonPsychic.com. We're going to get into it. I have Heather from Louisiana. Heather, how can I help you today?
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted a general.
Okay. Well, let's look at the next year for you. What is the day and month of your birthday, Heather?
March 30th.
Okay, thank you. My little Aries, so March 30th, 3-3. So this is going to be a time where this last year, and if I go back to your birthday last year, that's actually where the change process really would have hit the road for you, in terms of endings and maybe things exiting out of your life, leaving you with a sense of a few holes in a few places that you're like, where am I going to go with this? Where am I going to go with that? And it could have been sudden changes, even with money, security, and that could even come through people around you. Maybe people suddenly having a disability, people suddenly losing a job, people suddenly needing you. So there's a lot of that energy, even from last year. Well, here's good news, my little Aries, is that starting now, but more so as we get to the fall. So in that time of October, when we hit the corresponding full moons and new moons that we just had those eclipses in, because my girl, you had a very powerful eclipse in your and your sun sign is Aries. So that sun in Aries, along with Chiron, a whole plethora of planets in the eclipse, that was almost like a finale for you, really letting go of what has been kind of hurtful in terms of your earning abilities, identity, how people were treating you, how relationships are going. And now you're in what I call the quiet time. Now, the quiet time is when you're going to be observant, and you're going to start to see all the things percolating up that are going to take hold, because once some of these events take hold, they're in place for a long time for Aries, like they're going into a new paradigm shift. So if I explore this a little deeper, and I think of your birthday, this is going to be around relationships for you of all kinds. And so if I start at the top, it's going to be around healing relationships where there has been words said that have been really hurtful, and that sometimes we could be a bit impulsive, or we're quick to get angry about or upset about what's come at us. And you've had a really strong lesson in patience this last year, holding your tongue, holding back, having to hold still a little bit, Heather. And now you're going to be able to say things and you're going to be able to move forward because you're like, I don't care no more if, how they feel about that. I need to find myself in this, or I'm putting myself first. The first opportunity that's going to roll around for you is really going to start to show up in the next, I'm even going to say 15 days, 30 days. And there's something really good that you're sorting out in terms of money. And I feel like it's some sort of small payout, some sort of money that could come up from the past, could come through paperwork or some sort of formal process. And I feel like you're going to be able to sign your name to something where it does create some sort of smaller bits of security. I don't want to call it big chunky money, but I will say smaller bits of security and putting things in place like regular paychecks, regular security, something about that shows up really good for you within the next 6 weeks. As I get closer to June even. And then the other piece that's going to show up for you over this next, I'm even going to say 7 months, it's going to show up in terms of your health. And it's going to be really about addressing chronic issues and pain, chronic inflammation, chronic pain, chronic issues. And there's something very much, and the other piece Spirit keeps telling me, this is just something that's sort of in my head as I'm talking to you, is to watch around allergies, sinuses, ears, eyes, head, space, side, throat, sinuses, allergies, and really maybe even catching a cold or maybe even catching. So be really mindful about that this next little while. As well. And with the spring season, it could just be triggering things for you, because I feel like one would lead into the other, where what could start off as allergies or inflammation from that could become chronic. And I just feel like that's something that you're going to be on top of. Or maybe you just find the right doctor and medication and it's like, zowie, I feel great. I'm not tired out by that medication anymore. I'm not. And so that feels pretty good too, something that you'll address there. And that's even in the next 4 months. And then if I go out, even the next 6 months going forward, there's something about people coming to stay with you, people coming in from out of state, out of town, coming from out of town. And you could very much have maybe some people in and out of your house and coming to stay with you for a little while, coming straight in and out. And I'm going to say maybe even August or summertime, then going into the fall or something really important around that. And that brings me to as well, a man around you with some health issues that you might have to support him in some way, or you'd be supporting him or in a supportive role in some way, Heather. That and I feel like Spirit keeps telling me it could even be that maybe there's a procedure, a surgery, his mobility. There's something about that that's going to be addressed, and I feel like you're like the support for a few people that's going to show up through this year. So it's going to be a bit of that theme. But I'm going to leave you with maybe a golden diamond in a sense, or a golden ring in the sense, where it's really going to pay off for you this year, and even in the next few months, is something about really solidifying your security money, getting that simplified, organized, sorted out with a financial person. And I really feel like your security is going to be in a far more solid place than it has been maybe. And maybe your goal is about freedom and flexibility. Maybe it's not about being ground down in a job, being ground down. Maybe your whole goal could be really around your freedom and flexibility in your income and how you're working. And so that feels good. Do you have Heather, do you have a question?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then I will leave you with one last piece then. Is there's something about a woman who would have passed away in the last maybe 3 years, and she keeps showing up around you. She had health issues when she passed, and I almost want to say, keep an eye on an auntie, keep an eye on your auntie, keep an or an auntie figure that you may be by bedside, you may wind up going to her or going towards this older woman who's still alive. And I feel like that's also showing up for you even by September. Now, if this is a sister figure, I apologize if I'm a bit confused, but this seems to be showing up even in the next little while. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much, my beautiful lady. You have a great
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. And so just to get back to some of that, I want to just go back to some of the bigger astrology going on for people, because I don't think people have. So I'm going to start with the conjunction. In this conjunction with Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus, it rules the economy. Right now, Mercury is also retrograde in Aries. The Sun's about to move to Taurus. We're about to have Mercury as soon as it goes right, will wind up in Taurus. And communication. So I feel like this next 6 weeks, but if you guys start, people talk about the 20th, but it's never just a date, it's an arc of time. And as we go into this arc of time, we have, I'm going to make some bigger predictions for the planet, if you don't mind. I'm going to say for Canada, ourselves, there and the U.S., things around our economies, around self-sufficiencies, independence, independent from other markets, oil, gas, yada, yada, from other continents. This is going to be a big thing over the next little while coming up, along with joint initiatives around possible space travel, around possible, just like when at one point Canada made the robotic arm. There's bigger things coming around some of that. And same with travel. I feel like we're going to hear something very groundbreaking in terms of travel technology. And I'm going to say in the next 18 months, there's going to be something really groundbreaking in terms of type or renewable or perpetuating energy. I know, crazy stuff. We're going to see crazy stuff with that. The other piece that we're going to see a lot of over this next little while is going to be revamping of possible banking systems, money systems, monetary systems, and I do think we're going to see tax the billionaires. Yeah, I know. Aren't we all excited about that? We are going to see a big move for that, and I am going to say that after we go through this election going into the U.S. In 2024 in November, we're going to see the progressives get even stronger. So the young progressive people and politics are going to become even more progressive and more volatile in a lot of ways, and a bit revolutionary as well. If I think about the education system is also one that is going to revamp very much so over this next 3 or 4 years. There's going to be new ways, teachings, technologies. COVID showed us a lot around the good and the bad of these current school systems and academic structures, and those are changing. And they will change rapidly throughout North America, certainly, as I'm talking about all that. And the last piece that is going to be quite significant is going to be around healthcare. In the next few months, we are going to hear some pretty groundbreaking stuff around healthcare, pharmaceuticals, technologies, not just the dark conspiracy stuff. Man, I've had enough of that stuff. I mean, it's been so dark. We have to raise the vibration. And there is some really positive breakthroughs I see coming through with nanotechnologies, with sort of organic technologies, and that includes with plastics in the ocean. There's something coming out very shortly, I feel, that is going to solve a global issue around that. So we do have some really groundbreaking, wonderful things that I think are coming from this transit that we're going to see over this next 2-year period. And I'm kind of excited about it. And I'm sending each and every one of you love and light, and that I'm so pleased that you've joined me today. And please join me every Tuesday with our Psychic Radio and the sweet folks on here. and tune in and for 30 minutes of free readings. And you can find me at bernicebissonpsychic.com. Thank you. Have a great week.
0751. In London, 2035192158. In Sydney, dial 0284883147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the mini meeting on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, happy Wednesday, happy hump day, and happy almost here St. Patrick's Day. That's the reason why I'm wearing some festive green today. For those who celebrate March 17th as St. Patrick's Day, or if you just need a reason to drink green beer, whatever it might be. I wish you all of the best and be safe. Anyhow, I am your mini medium on the A1R Psychic Radio and the always amazing and beautiful Moonstruck TV. And I hope you all are having a beautiful day, a wonderful start of, I guess we're in the middle of the week-ish, right? So I seriously have so much going on this week, so bear with me if I'm a little bit scattered more than usual. I have a huge event coming this Saturday night that we're going to be doing at a fun bar here in Harriman, Utah, called Redemption Bar and Grill, and I just get so excited. They have got me where I am there every third Saturday of every month, and it just so happens that this Saturday is the Saturday before St. Patty's Day. So it's going to be fun, and I can't wait. I've got so many amazing things planned. So if you happen to be in Utah and you want to head to the Harriman area, come see me at Redemption Bar and Grill, and that's Saturday at 6:30 p.m. And that's here in Utah's Mountain Daylight Time now. We just went through daylight savings, and speaking of which, I'm still trying to catch up my 1 hour of lost sleep. So I need all of my beauty sleep. I'm telling you, that 1 hour is very, very important. So I feel like I'm always trying to catch up with sleep as is lately. Things have been very busy and very kind of all over, and so much going on in my brain, and my I feel like I just am constantly thinking about what's coming, and what do I got to get ready. So I'm learning to be, in a sense, manifesting better home energy. So, which I think we all go through those moments, right, of chaotic stress, and we have to be mindful to slow down and take deep breaths, right? So I'm working on it. But anyhow, so I have been sitting here, and as usual, before I get on, I try to take some time to meditate and focus and really connect with whoever my callers are going to be. And, if I'm feeling any spirits, if I have any loved ones in spirit that have been around me. And I've got other family stuff going on that has really weighed kind of heavy with me the last few days. So I'm not going to lie, it's been a little hard to focus and be grounded and centered. However, as I was sitting here and getting ready, and of course we'll pull an affirmation card here. I've actually got 2 cards that I wanted to share, but I just listen and listen to the numbers as they come up. And I always thought, how interesting, if the number 17 popped up as that St. Patty's Day. And, I just kind of laughed. But no, it is not the 17. It is not St. Patty's Day number, but the number 23. So 23 came up just before my amazing producer hopped on to get us ready. And I thought, okay, well, I can't ignore it. So number 23 is the number that somebody, or either my spirit guides or someone in spirit, is saying, this is me. 23 is going to connect with me. Now that's either going to be the 23rd of a month, which would be, a birth date, a death date, an anniversary date. We could be connecting with 2023. And for the 23, occasionally this would be where I connect with February 3rd, if that's a significant date. Or this would be the age of 23. So that would be the age that possibly someone that has passed, they passed at that age, or they would be 23, this year, how that connects. So we'll kind of see how that goes and flows with the night. But in the meantime, I'm going to quickly pull these the affirmation card, but also I have, because we just are out of the new moon energy, I thought, let's pull really quickly. Let's pull an oracle card, which my oracle deck is Moonology, and I love this deck. So we'll see what comes about with those. So let me count this out really quick here, and we'll see what our affirmation is for today. Well, for the week. I would say for today, for the week. And hopefully this affirmation connects to some, if not all of you. I hope that we all can take something out of these affirmations. So, wow, this is a beautiful card. And I'll tell you, it must be my guides in the universe going, Steph, you need to hear this more than anything, which happens a lot in readings. All we do in a reading, and I'm giving, my client, they call them sitters, by the way, or the sitter, reading and giving them some intuitive advice. And I pause for a moment. It's like my guides whisper or yell in my ear that I need to practice what I preach, listen to more of what I'm getting. That happens probably more often than I'd like sometimes. But anyhow, it's always meant to be there. There's signs that we need to pay attention to, right? So the affirmation, and again, this goes for everybody and for the week. And I hope that this card and this affirmation can really connect and resonate. So the affirmation says, every dark night must turn into a bright new morning. And I'll repeat it again. So every dark night must turn into a bright new morning. So that is very true, right? It doesn't matter how how difficult, that we are struggling, whether it's, personal stuff, family stuff, or just struggling with how things are around the world, but looking at the positive, bright side that tomorrow, the new day, we can start fresh, and we are blessed with having a new day, right? So look at that and kind of that mindset and perspective. And I'll tell you, it has worked amazing for myself. And also, I've watched how having that mindset has changed other people as well. So hopefully that will help you, whatever is going on out there for you. And let's see here. Now, I do want to pull this Moonology card. And I thought about pulling a card that's a new moon, but I thought, no, we're gonna pull just whatever card happens to pop up here. So, wow, I love this card too. So, again, hopefully I can take this this oracle card. So the message for the oracle, this is full moon in Virgo. I love my Virgos out there. Shout out to the Virgos. This card says, oh, look how cute this is. I'll show on camera too. I just think it's kind of ironic that it's raining because we're in St. Patty's Day week, but it says, you are good enough. So the beautiful oracle message with this beautiful goddess on here, green goddess, so pretty, really just speaks for itself, right? So you are good enough. So stop letting other people tell you how you should feel or dictate your life, your value, because you are good enough. Period. End of story. Okay. All right, my friends. Well, I am looking forward to the calls as usual tonight. So I'm going to take my first caller, I should say, and Melissa. And Marissa is in Minnesota. Hi, Marissa. This is a mini medium. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Sure, of course. How can I help you tonight?
Well, so I've experienced a lot of loss, a lot, and more specifically, like my dad has passed. It'll be tomorrow. It'll be 17 years, and
Wow.
I've only had one dream ever, and I'm always kind of like, I think I'm just looking for some sort of connection or to know that he's still here. You know, he passed when I was only 16, and I'm, a grown woman now, and I think I'm
Sure.
just looking for any sort of like connection with him and let him know that like I'm just very missing him on his day tomorrow. I mean, every day, but tomorrow especially.
Sure. No. First, I'm sorry for your loss of your dad, and I can in a sense relate. I lost my dad. My dad passed. It's been 8 years now. It goes by, it goes by fast, but yet not. And before we know it, it's like, gosh, how did I live 8 years, without my dad? Or for you being, 17 years, So, I know exactly what you mean, my friend, with, of course, missing them every day. And so let me, I think this is so interesting because as I was mentioning earlier, when as I'm connecting with all of my abilities and my gifts, I really pay attention to signs and numbers. And I chuckled and kind of giggled because the number 17 had come up. And I thought, gosh, am I just seeing that because we have St. Patrick's Day coming on Saturday or Sunday, excuse me. And I thought maybe that's just why. So I kind of just missed it. But then you just saying now that
too.
Yeah, I thought, okay, maybe I was supposed to see it, and I, even doing this for 27 years, I still have my moments of questioning, and I shouldn't, but the human side does that. So we just have to kind of forgive ourselves and learn and move on. But so without a doubt, for sure the 17 was meant to come up. And when you said that, I thought, okay, now it makes sense. So what I'd love to do is really, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to count some cards out and just to get some connection. Now, what I'm going to do too, I just had a little voice in my head, which is always my spirit guides and or someone in the spiritual realm. But so for my producer, Dave, he'll be listening. Dave, I'm going to just take Marissa's call tonight because I feel like we're going to need a little more time. So I'm going to just have you as my only caller tonight, okay? Because there's something sitting there in the fact that you have your dad's anniversary tomorrow, his passing, and that I think we will spend a little bit more time together, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay. Yes, you're so welcome. Let's see. So I'm going to, what I like to do, I use tarot cards, but I really just like to use them as a guide or a tool. Or really, what ends up happening is the cards are a really beautiful visual validation for you to see, and for myself as well, of how they're going to connect with my abilities. So I don't really necessarily look and read the tarot, but I want to see how they're going to connect. So I'm going to pull a few cards for you really quick and see what we can get. And, okay. Give your dad some time to step in, step forward, if he's going to come through for us tonight. Okay. All right, my friend. So, all right. So I pulled a couple cards. Now, I'm going to you're not going to hear me say much for a moment. What I'm doing is just really kind of quieting my mind and see if I can get much connection with anyone, but hopefully with Dad. Okay. So give me just a moment here. Now, this is already interesting. I'm all about numbers. I love numbers, numerology, very important in my readings. I pulled two cards, just random, and the two cards that I pulled, one is number 7, the other is a number 8, which those two cards together, those two numbers equal 15. Now, I thought I heard you mention something about, was it the age of 15 when Dad had passed?
I was 16, but it's weird because 15 was when we really connected and got really close. So
Gotcha.
that definitely could be it. And that was, we really connected at 15. He was really out of my life and in and out, kind of troubled relationship with the parents, with my mom and him. And so he just wasn't around as much. But 15, we connected and bonded, and I lived with him for a while. And then,
Good.
only really to be with him for really only about a year.
Okay. Well, that would make a lot of sense why that number just resonated right offhand. So, all right. I'm going to also now. Do you connect with that number 23 I was mentioning earlier?
A lot. It's my mom. My mom is the 23rd. My stepdad is the 23rd. My brother is the 23rd. I was supposed to get married to my late fiance who passed on the 23rd. So it's very,
wow.
23 also meant a lot to me as well. So when you said those two numbers, 17 and 23 together, I just kind of was just laughing because I was like, oh, well, it stood out a lot.
I love that. And wow, it gave me just chills everywhere. And these are the things that, and the signs that we can't ignore. These are the signs that are what, our guides or our loved ones in spirit will give us, to either validate who we are, who they are, or what we're doing in here in the physical world. Or sometimes those numbers are, there'll be some special connection or meaning between just, the two of you, or however that comes together. So no coincidences in life whatsoever. I love that. So without a doubt, my friend, the 17 very much connecting with Dad, the 23 connecting, with many things, especially, when you mentioned that, you were going to be married. And I'm so sorry for the loss, of your fiance. Man, you're right. You've had many, my friend, many. And you're too dang young. I can just feel your energy and just too dang young. So very well could make sense why I needed to have you be my only caller tonight, because you had so much energy coming in and so many souls starting to step forward. I knew there was a reason for it. So a couple things I wanted to mention, and also tell you what else I may be getting if this is Dad. But oftentimes I will have clients say, my mom or my dad or whoever, when they first passed away within the first couple of years, I really had all the signs. I dreamt of them. I felt like they were always with me. I was getting the feeling or whatever it may be. And then as we move on through life, we start to think, gosh, they're not there as much, or I'm not having the dreams, or I'm not seeing the signs, and then we start to question, but where did they go? Are they not with me? And for one, they're always around. You just have to ask for them to be there. The reason that you start to have those feelings of kind of disconnect is really because our loved ones in spirit, just they don't want us to live in that deep grief, and they don't want to be that constant reminder of their passing. So what they do, in a sense, is they maybe don't give us, you know, all those signs and symbols, you know. So pay attention still, but just know that there's a reason, and they're doing that to, you know, to take care of us, to help us. And I'm the same way. My mom passed 11 years ago, and I don't see or feel my mom as much as I used to, but I know she's there. So that was one thing I wanted to mention. The other, the other thing I was getting, which I think is absolutely beautiful, your dad keeps showing me, and I keep getting, which is just very interesting. So it's a pretty good big size number. But I just got 56, 5 and 6. So this is either the year 1956, the age of 56.
No, he was really, really young when he died. He was 34.
He was 30. Okay.
Okay.
That
might have been, it might have been close to the age that my grandma was when he passed. That kind of sounds familiar, maybe.
Okay.
I'll have to think about that one more.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah, think on that. And now, being that that's such a large number too, this can be connected. Oftentimes, souls will do this too. But the 5 and the 6, it could be May 6th. Again, there's a date. But I also felt like that this was connecting to the number 11, which 6 plus 5 is 11. But
you said May 6th?
May 6th, yes.
May 6th will be my 10 years sober. I'm in recovery. My 10 years sober day is May 6th.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, my friend. Okay. Here's, yeah, incredible. I knew your dad showed me that, and which I very much feel this is dad, if not many others on the other side that you have here. But this would be their way of, number one, validating that as a very special date, very important date, obviously. And congratulations, by the way. I knew you and I knew there was we had a lot in common. And maybe offline we can chat. The relationship with your dad, you know, your 10 years sobriety, we have a lot in common. That's why you were meant to be with me tonight, but also why I felt like there was so much coming in. But more importantly, my friend, this is your dad's way of validating that date, and just what a huge celebration, and how proud he is of you, hon. How proud. I can feel that overwhelming just warmness of being so proud. You know, I don't get numbers this big often unless it's a date or there's a very significant age. So May 6th being your anniversary, and the fact that it's a milestone, right? It being a 10-year, that's big. That's a big milestone.
It is.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Amazing.
I love it. Well, and that's what that's what they do. That's how our loved ones want to make sure that you don't question if they're ever around, or doubt that they're there. You know, sometimes it takes these little, well, I say little, these big reminders, but just, you know, making sure that you and I got connected tonight, and then also wanting to make sure we validated some very important dates through these numbers. The other thing too, I know I've got about 2 minutes left of my show, but the other thing that I'm getting, that I really feel this is, I feel like this can very well be from possibly your fiance, because the minute we talked about your sobriety and we mentioned that date, I immediately heard to also tell you how proud but then also that there was an overwhelming sense of wanting to tell you how sorry. I just kept hearing him say, "Tell her I'm sorry I didn't make it to that point." Do you understand that?
My fiance died from an overdose 6 years ago. It'll be 6 years in April, and he didn't make it, and we tried to get sober together, and he helped me get sober, and I got sober, and he didn't, and that was thank you so much for that.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome, hon. I truly believe in, amazing, timing, divine timing. And, I would absolutely love, I got probably about a minute left, but if you go and check out my Facebook page, it's Mini Medium, just like my show, and shoot me a message. I just want to have a little offside chat with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh my gosh, me too, hon. Me too. Well, it was a pleasure, and thank you so much for calling in, and I'm so happy that we got these beautiful connections, and I can't wait to talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate everything. I'm in tears. You hit everything.
Well, hopefully happy tears.
Yeah, happy tears. Thank you so much.
Good. All right, honey, you're so welcome. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, guys, that goes by so fast. I know just the one caller, but it was so neat tonight. So I will see you guys next week, same day, same time. Have a great, great week. Bye, guys.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Psychic Paths with Suzanne Marie. Live from PsychicPaths.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page.
Psychic Radio. I am here to give a reading. I am a clairvoyant and light trance medium, and I see past, present, and future, and I also speak to past loved ones. So yes, welcome. I hope everyone is doing well and feeling loved, and okay, this is what we want. So, yes, I'm on A1R Psychic Radio. I can be reached at www.psychiccast, like right there, and just let me know what you think if you browse around my website. And if you have any ideas that come to mind that you might want on the website or want on Facebook, please let me know. I just appreciate you guys so much for calling in and for listening. This is a really good thing. So I hope that you take advantage of all the wonderful readers that are here. I am in Minnesota, but location doesn't stop the reading from being great. I can be as clear as a bell if you're in Australia or Canada. I'm available. We have Charlene in Deer Lake, Canada. Hello.
Hi.
What a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Yes. How can I help with, what can I help with tonight?
Well, I was really sure what I was calling for. Like, anybody has a message for me or just there
Okay, so,
like chapter ago? I don't know.
okay. Let me see what comes through.
Okay.
Check. There is a gentleman that is trying to come through. He doesn't seem like an old person.
Oh,
He feels like maybe at the most 50s.
okay.
I think he's on your mother's side. He's watching over you. His passing had something to do with water, is what I'm getting. He's coming in so that you can ask your mother. His message to you is that he's always watching over you, but I think he's a friend of your mother's.
Oh, okay.
Also, I feel like you're a very positive person, but I feel like with your attitude, you have a really good, optimistical attitude. But I do feel like you're going through some trials and tribulations or some questions. Are how old are you? Are you in your late 20s?
No, I'm actually 39.
Okay. Also 42. I was wondering about the Saturn return. It feels like you're going through a time where you are questioning, have you done the things that you were supposed to do? Are you where you wanted to be? Are you the person you want to be? A lot of identity questions are happening for you. And I think they've just started. I think that you've got ways to go before it really settles in as something important. But I feel like that is something that you are going through. Also, something has made you feel like you've lost footing on your goals or what you want. It feels like somebody
Yeah, my
pulled the rug
son's
over you or
dad.
something. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
my son's dad
Okay.
passed away so a year ago.
Okay. And that's brought you all these questions. I am so sorry for your loss.
Hey,
Let me see if I can contact your son.
oh, it was my son's father.
Oh, did
Yeah,
did he die by
yeah.
water? 'Cause the only guy I see
He
is
had
with water.
obviously a little accident, but it wasn't like on
Okay.
water.
Okay. I'm not getting the message. I'm not getting the message from him, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah,
It feels like what I'd say is unfinished business. If you can call in and ask for a different reader, but I feel like there's a lot of things that he's working through right now.
yeah.
On his he has a lot of self-reflections and lessons that he needs to deal with. And that's what I think that I think that that's what he's doing right now. Because no, he's not coming through, and I am so sorry for that.
Yeah,
But I can't make a person come through,
no, I know.
or if that person is your son's father. I feel like he just wanted to sneak in for a minute and leave. Like he didn't want to have a full blown conversation. So you can try later. But I really want you to know that Spirit is watching you and taking care of you, and they see that some things that feel like they've been shaken up, and that you do have a lot of questions, but they're saying that your wisdom is going to come through really soon, and you're going to be okay. You're going to do just fine. And your optimism is one of your superpowers. It feels like you're the light. You're a light for a lot of people around you. You know. I hope I'm making sense.
A little bit, yeah. I have a lot of kids, so
That'll do it. But you
Yeah.
keep up. You have such an optimism, and maybe it is those kids that keep you very very optimistic. Um, I just want you to know, Spirit just thinks that optimism is your superpower. And when you got a lot of kids, you do need to keep a certain attitude. So maybe that is
Yeah.
it. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, that's good. Will I be moving?
No. Okay, let's see.
No.
No, hang on a second. Do you have a place in mind? Because I do see a move, but I don't see it's going to be quick. It's not going to be in the next 3 months. Maybe 6 months to a year, I see a move. And I do see a big move. It's a big move. But it's somewhere you want. It's definitely somewhere you want to be. And Spirit is telling me that where you live now, you don't quite like the energy. You don't like the energy of where you are. Are you affected about your surroundings?
Yeah.
Because they're saying you want to move, and that the where you are now is not. It's not positive. It's not a positive place. So Spirit does understand, and you will be moving, and it is a place that you want. It's not like you have to move there. It's somewhere that you really like, and the energy will be better, and I think you'll be a lot happier there.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for calling me and letting me do my reading and
so much.
allowing me to share. Yes, you have a good rest of your weekend, okay? Or your week.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, honey. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone, for joining and calling and listening. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Lavender Moon Healing with Reba Tap. Live from linktr.ee/Lavender Moon Healing. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. There's a Lavender Moon Heal on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, welcome. My name is Bree. I am Lavender Moon Healing, and I am honored to be here this evening. I am super excited, and I am grateful for all of those who are joining me and sharing their energy with me, and I couldn't be more excited. So a little bit about me. I am a psychic medium, Reiki master practitioner. I was gifted my gifts about 1.5 years ago, after the universe decided it was time. And I have been blessed ever since. It has been a wild ride, and it has led me to this amazing adventure, and I couldn't be more excited. Oh, so I did have a day today. The word flow kept coming up in my day today, and I felt like it's something that I needed to touch on, because we kind of forget in life that we need to just ride the wave, and we need to just kind of go for it and surrender. And I was listening to meditation this morning, and she was talking about how life is a river, and I always use that comparison because it can be bumpy and it can be smooth sailing sometimes. And sometimes we grasp a hold of the banks of the river, the sides of the river, and we hold on so tight because we're so scared of what's going to happen if we let go. And when we let go, we just float down the river and we're safe because the water takes us to calmer areas. And I think sometimes in life, that's what we have to do. We have to just close our eyes, take a deep breath, and let go and surrender to the river. And it's been something that has come up in my life a lot. And I know that there are several people around me who have experienced that and are struggling to let go. It is very hard to let the universe know that you are ready. Oh, awesome. We have our first caller, and I am super excited. We have Rosalind from Richmond, Virginia, and I am super excited. Welcome.
Hello,
Rosalind. Rosalind, hello. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Wonderful. Well, how can I help you this evening? What's going on?
Life.
Yeah.
I guess anything that you're drawn to.
Okay. Well, are we looking, do we have a special question? Are we looking for something, or do we just need some advice right now?
Advice would be great.
Okay. Do me a favor, take a deep breath and just kind of give me permission to step into your energy, and let's see what's going on here.
I'll give you permission.
Now, are you having a tough time making a decision? Are you kind of stuck at this crossroad right now? Are we?
Well, I actually made a decision about, I guess, maybe my love life.
Okay. Oh, that's you were conflicted about that.
I was.
And this is gonna come into the message that I was just delivering. I think it's we have that idea that we need to control things, and we have that idea that we need to be in control of everything. And when it comes to the matter of our heart and love, sometimes what we think isn't right is exactly what we need at the time. And I think that your heart said one thing and your mind said another, and I think you went with your heart.
That's true.
And that's what you need to do, because your head was like, no, what if? But your heart said, let me love. And that's a beautiful thing. So you should feel comfortable in your decision, following your heart, where your heart is leading you to go. I think that this partner that you've chosen or not chosen, whatever your decision was that that you followed is going to lead you to joy. It's going to give you a sense of comfort, a sense of youthfulness. But your head is still messing with you. Your head is is giving you this fear of being hurt. And I feel like you were scared to make this decision because you've been hurt so much in the past. Has this person hurt you before? Was this why?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say there's like rational feelings coming in, like no, this is gonna happen again. But if you in your heart know that this is where you're supposed to be, then that's where you stick with. That's where you follow your heart. Your heart is gonna lead you to what is giving you joy. And now the other thing to do is follow your intuition. If you know in your heart that this is the right thing, our intuition is a strong tool. It's a guide that I think we forget to use. Yeah, so I'm getting right now with a couple of cards that I pulled that this partner has led to some trouble, but you found forgiveness. You found the forgiveness in your heart. That's why your heart has led you to love them, because you've forgiven them. You've seen change. You've seen a difference. Feel confident in that.
Well, I actually told him that I didn't want to move forward with the relationship.
Well, and that's whatever the decision was. Feel confident that that's what's going to bring you joy. Like that's what's going to bring you've forgiven enough. Like you found the peace in your heart with whatever your decision was. That's you should feel proud of that. Whether it's to stay or to go, it doesn't matter what the decision is. But you followed your heart, and you led with that, and you found a way to kind of keep yourself down a different path. You took the risk. You let go of the side of the river, and you just jumped in, and you were like, this is what's supposed to happen. Feel confident with that. Like, don't second guess yourself. And I think that's where this need for advice is coming in, because you're broken. Like, it still makes you sad and it still hurts.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what's tearing you up, because part of you is like, that's where your brain comes in. Part of you is like, no, we're hurting. But your heart is like, I'm healing, and I need to continue to heal. And I found something that's going to make me feel better. So don't allow those thoughts that don't allow those negative thoughts that you know aren't right for you to take control. Right. When they start I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm listening to you.
Okay. When they start to creep in, and those thoughts start to creep in, just take a deep breath and feel in your heart what your mind is saying is wrong, and go with that feeling. Like the healing is the pain is gonna heal, and it's gonna go away, and you're gonna be stronger for it. So I'm a firm believer that everything in life happens for a reason, and everything is a lesson to prepare us for the next phase of our life. And one of my biggest sayings, one of my biggest beliefs, one of my biggest pieces of advice that I can offer to anybody is the pain is temporary, but it was a lesson. So instead of looking at why am I hurting? Why did this happen? Take a step back and look at it from a different perspective and say, what lesson did I learn in this? What can I do to prevent me from hurting like this again? You found the strength to make a major decision in your life and feel proud of that. That makes you a strong, beautiful woman. And to be able to put your foot down and make a stance, learn from that, gain from that strength, multiply that, magnify that, and continue to live your life with that strength when making other decisions. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, I hope that helped you a little bit.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Okay, well, my time is running up. Rosalind, thank you so much for being my very first caller, and thank you for joining me tonight. I do hope that you find peace in your decision and find some strength in your decision as well. And I wish you
the very...
Absolutely. Thank you for allowing me in your energy, and I really hope that you have a wonderful evening. And thank you again for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyons.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is New York City Celebrity Psychic on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello. We're live. It certainly beats the alternative. I'm Perry Lyons. This is New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons, so that's me twice. And in fact, it does that in the intro credits. It says Perry Lyons, Perry Lyons. And I always feel like now batting. Hi guys, it's Per. I'm happy to see you. I love you. The color looks great on you. So today we're going to launch into a minute, we're going to launch into the Psychic Tarot weather, which is just like real weather, except less damaging to crops. Wow, I screwed that up. Less damaging to crops. Up there. So we're going to do the psychic weather for the week, which applies to, if you're watching, it applies to you. We're also going to be taking calls. So only 2. So dial that number and cross your fingers, because I have an evidential proven 92% accurate rate. I can't talk to, I might be accurate, but I'm like, I can't talk. I hate that. I hate being stone cold sober and still acting like I'm not. Anyway, so I'm here to answer your real questions with real answers. And I actually care. So I genuinely do. I just love my viewers because I get the coolest people calling in. So I also was thinking about this ghost story I was told by my friend Michael Peter Smith, great songwriter. And I thought I'd quickly tell it to you, but so it goes like this. I knew a girl who came from Little Falls. Her name was Agnes Hines. She fell in love with a boy named Jimmy Harris. But he had a short lifeline. A year after Jimmy was killed in a car crash, she married a man from Cornell. Happy ending. They had 3 little kids in a big house in Upper Montclair. Don't try that at home. Gypsy wind, it says to me, things are not what they seem to be. Beware, one day your husband's at work and the kids are at school. When who comes tooling up the drive looks just like Jimmy Harris, and he says he just got back from Paris and he's looking very much alive. Ooh, Jimmy, she cried, I thought you had died. And he laughed and he said, so did I, Cherie. And if it was not for your love, I would not be here. Gypsy wind, it says to me, things are not what they seem to be. Beware. You want to find out how this ends? This is how it ends. The neighbors say that as they drove away in his Chevrolet, his face began to change, and in the middle of that bright suburban morning, they disappeared in flames. Now maybe you have a demon lover, someone who might have been your husband or your wife. Watch out for people who belong in your past. Don't let them back in your life. Oh, gypsy wind, it says to me, things are not what they seem to be. Beware. Sometimes you have to sing a story. So that's Demon Lover by Michael Smith. And that was sung a cappella, which means I forgot my guitar in the hotel room. But it has some very good advice. If you've watched as much true crime as I have, which God help you if you have, you'll know that it's a bad idea to let past loves back in. Just food for thought. Happy pre-Halloween. Let's pick the cards. Okay. So here's how this works. The first card is for the beginning of the week, which is right now, Wednesday. And then the second card is for the middle of the week, which is 2 or 3 days from now, the weekend. And then the third card, hi, Rebecca in Louisiana. Oh, I love Louisiana. So I'll be with you as soon as I finish the psychic weather. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to breathe in deeply while you're waiting, and then breathe out like you're blowing out a birthday candle. Perfect. So do that, concentrate on your question, and I'm going to do the psychic weather. So as I was saying, I'm sorry, I'm very ADD, so when I saw Rebecca's name come up, I just had to answer it. Come up. The third card is for next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So the first card this week is interesting. This is it's the 7 of Cups. As you'll notice, in each cup, there's a different thing. One of them holds like glory. And one of them holds snakes, which is not a good thing in a cup. Snakes in a cup. One of them. So it's all these different dreams and wishes, and some of them are fantasies. Some of them aren't. So the beginning of this week is a really good time. I just love doing that. Really good time to start sorting out what your actual dreams are, which are obtainable. All you have to do is be willing to A, be specific, B, do the work, and C, be specific and do the work. So it's a really good time to sit down with a pen and paper and write out what you're fantasizing about, and then write out 1 or 2 things. Dream big, and then figure out, work backwards, work back to the goal, figure out how to make it possible. You're 100% responsible for your destiny, except for the parts where you're not, but it depends on you. You can do this. Trust me. Actually, if you really want to trust me, I have some seafront acreage in Iowa that you might want to buy. Second part of the week is you're going to be tapping into your inner intuition, inner intuitiveness or intuition, your inner smart self. And you're going to be doing that by meditating or just sitting still. And the reason is the Queen of Pentacles. She represents intuition, but she also represents your intuitions about money and practical things and how to apply those to your future. I'm seeing a theme take shape here. So you're going to look at the list you wrote at the beginning of the week, and then in the middle of the week, you're going to sort of meditate and see what it is that you're called to do. And then here's the surprise part, and then do it. The other part of this is really interesting. This is a deck I really like, and next week I'll tell you what the name of it is. But the name of this card is Gold. So we're definitely on a theme here. We're on the theme of fulfilling your dreams in a realistic way for abundance and prosperity. And this card means that you don't need someone else to fix you. What this means in the context of this reading is that, when we sit down and really face our dreams, boom, 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 mano a mano, or womano a womano, face to face, sometimes we'll get scared and run away, or we'll self-sabotage. You don't have to do that, and I don't think you're going to. So here's what you're doing this week. You're going to look at the difference between what your fantasies are, what your dreams are, and you're going to pick a goal and work backwards and take practical steps, because you're getting intuitive guidance and a lot of just good universe energy about that. And you're going to recognize when your resistance comes up and just tell it to shut up and sit in the corner and keep doing what you're doing. So you've got a really important week coming up. And that's that. So Rebecca, are you still here, my angel?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi,
Yes,
how are you?
Oh, I'm doing just fine, and you?
I'm awesome. I'm happy to hear your voice. So, God, I love Louisiana.
Way hot now. It's very
Yeah,
hot. I'm way down in Lafayette.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love Lafayette. Oh my God, I had the best, greatest ever there. But let's turn the attention to you entirely. When is your birthday, my angel?
August 27th.
Oh, that is the day of the Sphinx. It's a very unusual and very special day. It means you have natural healing gifts. You're very insightful about people. You don't tell everybody your business either. They don't call it the day of the Sphinx for nothing. Sphinx doesn't talk a lot, partially because it's an enormous lump of rock in a desert and they tend not to talk. But the Sphinx, the imaginary mythical animal, was known for keeping silent, except when it was wise to speak. So any of these things...
All the time, but I'm learning that the whole day.
I know. You and me both. I usually only learn that after I've said the wrong thing, right?
Yeah,
I see. I should have shut up then. So, and how can I help you, my angel?
I'm more or less fine. I'm not quite sure what the future holds. I'm actually 61. Recently lost my job, but more concerned about my granddaughter and my daughter, who are struggling. Yeah, my granddaughter has lost 3 babies. She miscarried 3 times in a row. And my question would be, will she ever have a successful pregnancy?
First of all, did you say you're 51 or 61?
I'm 61.
Oh, cool. So you're born in the year of the tiger. You can do anything. That's Chinese astrology. If you're born in 1962. I think that women hit their real beauty around 61. 50 to 75, I think, are actually women's most beautiful and powerful years. You're fine.
I don't know about that.
My feeling is your grandma. I do. Just trust me on this. I can tell. You're gorgeous. Okay. I can see with my heart's eye. You have the beautiful, beautiful soft skin, and you have beautiful greenish eyes, greenish gold.
Yes, I sure do have greenish eyes.
Yes, you do. And I don't know about you. I haven't seen my real hair color since 1985. But
no, actually, don't dye my hair. I'm lucky enough that I haven't turned gray yet. I got a little bit of Irish in me. It's red.
That's what I was working up to. I haven't seen my real hair color, but you have yours. That's where I was going. Yes. And you have lovely red hair. It's very pretty and slightly wavy, and it's fine.
Yes.
And I want your hair.
You could have it. It's a bunch.
So let's first talk about your granddaughter. I want her to go to does she have an OBGYN that she can go to? Or does she have
tomorrow morning? Yeah, we actually going tomorrow.
Great. I would, because it feels to me, I'm not a doctor, and I don't even play one on TV, but what my guides are saying is something's going on that's very easily remedied. She needs to tell the doctor all of her symptoms. Don't be shy. People sometimes go to the doctor and they're like, they don't tell him everything that's going on. So she's got some nausea, she's got some dizziness, and she needs to tell him all of that. So tell the doctor all of the symptoms. I think that she's got possibly vitamin deficiency of some kind. There's also something she might have, and I think you're going to find out. I would ask the doctor if he would check for fibroids. Uterine, it's fibroids, fibroids. It feels to me like there's something getting in the way of the kid. What do you? Embryo, right? Yeah. Grasping the edge of the uterus.
Like if she finds out she's pregnant today, 5 days at the most, she won't even carry a whole week. She'll lose.
Oh, well, I think that's gonna. My feeling is, I think you've got a good doctor there. The most important thing is, I think she's got fibroids, so she needs to tell him to make sure you ask him about a sonar test, and she has to tell him what she eats. Get really thorough with the doctor, because this feels to me like it's really fixable. It really does, and I think by this time next year, you're going to have a very, very pretty little grandbaby, who you should name Perry, because it works for even boys or girls.
I would definitely tell her that.
You don't have to. I won't hold you to that.
That's okay, but I'll tell her.
Your daughter's a little lost, but she's got a real gift for working with children. And she's very creative. I think that's why she's a little lost. I think maybe she had a little drug stuff in her past, but that was because she had a bad boyfriend. So what I would suggest is that if there's lots of, there's more like grants and free money available to go back to school, even for like a 1-year degree or something like that. I think the best thing she could do, she's got a lot of talent. She's very creative. So she could go to school for a year, go to cosmetology school. She needs a skill because she doesn't feel good about herself, because she's not doing something that makes her feel good about herself. And I want her to feel good about herself because I feel good about her. I think she's lovely, and I think people really like her. She's got such a big heart. Am I right? Are you there? Oh, honey, where'd you go? Do I exist? If a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, does it still fall? Dave? Okay, so darling, that's what I suggest. I think we accidentally got cut off, but what I would suggest is just go to the doctor, tell the doctor everything she's feeling, and if she doesn't, you tell him, because doctors are great and they want to listen and they want to help us, and that's that. Okay, we're going to go to the next caller. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thank you for calling. We have Robin. Where are you calling from, Robin?
I'm calling from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, love Pittsburgh. It's such a great city. Oh, I just love it. It's
I like
reminds me of a European city. And those crazy, beautiful trees, those crazy like pine trees. I love Pittsburgh. But then, man, everybody talks about the hills in San Francisco, but they never mention the hills in Pittsburgh. And I'm here to tell you, those things in the ice. Anyway, hi, Robin. When's your birthday? Right? Am I right? Oh.
Yes,
what's your birthday, my angel? Yeah. What's your birthday, my angel?
61.
8/14?
August 14th.
Oh,
yes,
Leo.
8/14.
Leo.
Yes.
Leo. We love Leos. I should have like a special button that when I hit for Leos and it lights up and says Leo, Leo, Leo in big neon letters, because Leos would love that. I would love it. I've got a Leo moon, so I feel you. Okay, my angel, how can I help you? I love the name Robin. How can I help you?
Just wondering if there's any messages from any of my loved ones. I could use one right about now.
Oh, sweetheart, I know you're going through a hard time, but I'll tell you, somebody who came. This doesn't happen very often. Your mom has passed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Here's something that I've never happened before to me. My mom just went and got your mom. And your mom loves you. Yeah. Yeah, no, really. I don't say anything I don't mean unless you ask me my age or weight. No, I don't say stuff. That's really, my mom was a great woman, but she also had a beautiful heart. So I think you and your mom were a little estranged at one point. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm a recovering addict.
Yeah, well,
She
thank
didn't
God
get
you're
the
recovering.
shooting.
Well,
Yes,
she does
amen.
now.
I got 10 years this September.
Yes! Oh, congratulations. That is the best.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I know exactly what a hard road that is. And to all my viewers and listeners out there, if you have a problem, go to NA or AA. It's free. You look it up. You'll be the most supportive people in the world are there. And if you're scared to go,
get that message.
yeah. So please, if you're out there listening,
Call somebody. Somebody always go with you.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Listen to me and Robin. You
people just like you and I.
Oh, people exactly like me and you.
Exactly. People just like you and I, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're really loving, and you'll save your own life, and there's so much good stuff waiting for you. And Robin, my mom went and got your mom, and I think, was she kind of a full-figured woman?
Somewhat, yeah, somewhat. No, that would be my aunt. That would be my aunt, Donna Lee. She was like my mom.
Was she?
That would be my full figure. That was my mom's sister. That was my mom's sister.
Did you get along with her really well?
I spent every summer.
Okay.
Oh my God, I spent every summer. I was with her more than my mom. I was like summertime, especially.
And now my mom is saying, my mom is saying, you idiot! I went and got her aunt. I didn't tell you I got her mother. I'm going to say something. It's just, did your aunt have big wobbly arms? I'm sorry to put it that way, but I can't.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
that's
my
first thing I got. Big wobbly arms. Right. And she also she had a necklace that I think she likes necklaces, honestly. But I love her. And I love your mom too, but my mom went and got your aunt. Sorry, Mom. My mom's just...
My aunt's the character in the family.
Should she dress like a little over the top, but just kind of great? Does she wear a lot of red? Maybe that's why I'm wearing red tonight.
Well, that would be my other aunt, Jackie.
Yeah.
That's all sisters. Like you're talking about all sisters. That's all sisters. They might all be there. I don't know. They're all up there.
They're all there. Well, they were kind of like the Three Musketeers. Okay, I've got two aunts, and I've got your mother.
The wobbly arms would have been Donna Lee, but the red, that would have been my Aunt Jackie. She was a redhead and fiery red. She was the pistol of the family.
Red lipstick, red. I couldn't figure out why I put on a red shirt.
Oh yeah, that was my Aunt Jackie.
Yeah, that happens a lot here. Your mom is.
Hey, that's cool.
What?
My mom's very shy.
Yeah, your mom's very
shy. Very shy.
So Jackie's not
very
shy. So
no, by no means.
And who's the aunt with the wobbly?
She always pick up for her mom. That would be the older sister. That would be Donna Lee. Jackie would be the baby, and my mom would be the middle sister.
Three Musketeers. Three people more different you could not find. But
no,
held
agreed.
Together.
They are all different.
Really different, but they loved each other and their family, and I love that. I love sisters who stick.
My grandma wouldn't have had it no other way.
Well, you'd be surprised with kids, you know. I'm just really happy that these three siblings stuck together through thick and thin. Doesn't always happen, trust me. And they all love you. Were you the baby? Why is everybody's making a big fuss over you?
No. I'm next to the oldest. The oldest is passed on, but I'm the next to the oldest. I'm like the matriarch of the family, I guess you would say now.
They are so proud of you.
I got my crowd together finally. I'm glad. I really needed to hear that, especially from my mom. I needed to hear that.
Your mom loves you so much, but she's getting a little
over. Been holding me back.
Oh no, your mom loves you, and listen. Here's the thing. I never believed in life after death until this work. Until I accidentally started doing this. I didn't even mean to do this kind of work. So trust me when I tell you that the personality and love survives. And there's a beautiful place we go to. And what your mom wants you to know is, A, don't give up in love. Don't. You have a wonderful person coming towards you. By the time you're 63, you're going to be in a really solid relationship. And it's going to come the day after you're like, you know what, forget it. I'll spend the rest of my life alone. I'm okay with that. And the next day it's like, ding dong. And I don't know, maybe the FedEx guy is going to propose to you, but you've got a great relationship coming up. Your kids are going to be okay. You did not F them up the way you think you did. She wants you to know that.
Thank God.
And she wants you to know that she always saw the magnificent person you are. She always did. And you know that. You know that, right? You know that she always saw you.
My mom
She
always
saw
had
you.
my back.
She always had your back. She never gave up on you. Yeah.
She raised me to be a good-hearted person. I've always been a good. Even when I was an addict, I still had a good heart. I still wore my heart on my sleeve. You know what I mean?
You have a lovely heart. And you know, when I had my near-death experience, I came back. You know, people think that you have to be a saint or whatever to go to heaven. What I got was that what the good Lord looks at is our day-to-day interactions with people, and you make everybody you come in contact with feel important, seen, heard, and special. Got that? That's what you do. And honestly, I think that's what God wants from us, to be kind to each other and to let each other know that we're important and special. And you bring that. I don't care if it's at the grocery store, you talk to the checkout clerk. I don't care if you're at the post office, you make the person selling you stamps feel like, you know,
yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
I do.
And your mom wants you to know that she always saw that. Always. Got that?
Sure.
And she's so proud of you.
Thank you.
She is so proud of you. And yeah, it took you until after she passed, but you know, they see it anyway. They really do.
Yeah, I believe there's more. I believe there's more. I believe there's more than this life.
And there's more in this life for you, is what I want you to know. And that's what your mom wants you to know.
Because I'm ready to start living.
Good. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. And by the way, I fully...
Well, like I said, I'm trying to find me again. I finally think I found me again. Now I'm ready to start looking. I didn't want to I didn't want to bleed on somebody else. You understand? Oh, do I understand? Yeah, I understand. You know, and it's when you're... Yeah. Rather than two halves, one half and another half making a whole, if you're one whole and one whole coming together, you're bigger than the sum of the parts. And you're right, but you are going to have, you've got really good time. Astrologically, you've got something called the Jupiter return going on. Jupiter is the planet of good luck and expansion and opportunity. And if there's one thing you can rely on, it's a planet. It's not going anywhere. It's bigger than you are, and you can lean up against it. So Jupiter is really on your side right now. You're going through what's called a Jupiter return. And you're going to notice that when you start getting specific and badass about what your dreams are, it's not too late at all. You're at the beginning of the next 30 years of your life, and you're going to kick butt. I say that with everything. Oh, you know that though. Yeah. So what I want you to do is stop smoking. Or if you don't smoke, then I want you to get some exercise. Oh, thank you. Yes, I have to quit. Yes, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Listen, if it was up to me, I would just sit in a room and just smoke for 24 hours. I freaking love it. But quitting is really important for you right now because emphysema runs in your family, and I don't want you to get that because I want you to be present because we need you, Robin. We need you.
Yes.
I mean, that sounds a little odd, but you're special and you're important, and I'm not blowing smoke. I'm telling you the truth. As one friend Bill to another, right? Know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Good.
Take all the good. I'll take it.
Well, you've got lovely stuff coming up for you, and I'm going to have to wrap up, but I want you to know that you'll be in my meditations.
For every second you gave me.
Oh, I'm grateful for you. You've got a really lovely energy, and it's going to just float me through the rest of the week. And thank you very much for trusting me with your trust. That came out a little more redundant than it ever did. Bless you.
I bless you, dear.
Thank you, dear. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that was so much. See, I get the best people in the world calling in this show, and I am really grateful for that. Next week, why don't you join them? Show up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're in Canada, the United Kingdom, the U.S., Australia, New Zealand. We're everywhere. And so you can call in, and I'm here live, and I'm just, my mission is to love and serve. So I'll see you next week, 9 p.m. That color looks great on you.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Zodiac Zone. 30 minutes of astrological insight with Melissa Marco. Live from mastralvibes.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page. Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Zodiac Zone on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello there, I'm Melissa Marco, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to Zodiac Zone, your go-to destination for 30 minutes of astrological session every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. As a seasoned evolutionary astrologer, my mission is to guide my clients and you to the mysteries of your soul purpose. Why are you here? What ignites you? And what can bring you to your highest vibration? And really, what brings you true happiness? So let's dive into the format of our show. First, we'll explore the astrological highlights of the week. Then I'll be conducting live readings on air. And to top it off, during the last week of each month, we'll feature a special guest who will enlighten us about their unique modality. And in some cases, it's correlation with astrology. So sit tight and prepare for an stars. So let's talk about last week. It was a pretty intense solar eclipse in Aries. I had a lot of people ask me exactly what is a solar eclipse and what does it mean in astrology? Well, let me give you what it means from an astrological perspective. Okay, so it's the alignment of the sun, moon, and earth, and it obscures a typical transition of light. And what it actually does is it weakens the influence of the sun and the moon. So it makes a very unfavorable time for energy of invoking rituals, like that ones that are particularly performed during new or full moons. And just to kind of give you a little bit of insight on that, a new moon means new beginning. So if you're looking to do something new, like start a new business, a new partnership, anything new, do it during a new moon. And a full moon is about endings. So if you want to end a certain cycle or a certain time in your life and release energy, do it during a full moon. So the reason why last week's solar eclipse was so powerful is the sun, moon, and Chiron were all in Aries. So people are like, well, what does that mean, Melissa? Well, basically, the sun is your conscious self. That is what you show the world. And most people know their sun signs and they relate a lot to their sun signs. But the chart is an alignment of all the planets. So your sun sign is a very small part of your chart. So that is your conscious self. You have the moon, which is your unconscious self. That is what you feel down deep inside. That's unconscious. And then you have Chiron, which is actually an asteroid in Greek mythology. Chiron was referred to as the wounded healer. And there's a whole backstory about Chiron. He was a centaur, which is half man, half horse. And he was immortal. So what happened to him is he had to consistently live in his wounds. And until he got released from his wounds, he was doing the same thing all the time within the wound. And like I said, there's a whole backstory about how he existed in these wounds. And we have this, every single one of us has this in our charts. So whether these wounds come in from childhood, or these wounds are coming from a past life, it's not until we overcome these wounds that we understand really the meaning of life and really the happiness that we're here to become. You know, I believe we come to Earth to release these attachments. And my definition of Earth is like, it's almost like Disneyland for the soul, that you get to come into Earth, you get to go into a body, and you get to have all these experiences. You're not just a spectator on the side in an energy form, that you get to actually experience all this stuff. So back to the sun, moon, and Chiron in Aries, why it's so powerful and so important is Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it indicates the first house in everyone's astrological chart. And it really refers to thyself, the body, So what this eclipse did was it initiated new beginnings, self-discovery, and profound healing within all of us. That's why it is so powerful, because it's dealing with us and how we relate to our wounds, how we are the opposite. The polarity of Aries is Libra. So the whole lunar node axis, lunar nodes being the elliptical points in the sky. So we come in from the south node and we're trying to get to the north node. So like I said, the opposite of Aries is Libra. So the axis is us versus relationships, and how we need to all stand in our own power. So that's why this is all so powerful. I tried to break it down to make it very simple. But as most of you know, astrology is a very complex language. So let's get to this week. We, on Saturday, are going to have a very special astrological event. It's Jupiter conjuncting Uranus in Taurus. So the conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus is said to be one of the most intense days of the 2024 astrological calendar. It's a very rare event. It happens, Jupiter conjunct Uranus happens once every about 12 to 14 years. The reason why I say 12 to 14 is because all the outer planets, what I'm talking about is Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are typically in retrograde about 50% of the time. So the last time that Jupiter and Uranus aligned in Taurus was in 1941, so roughly 83 years ago. And that's when World War II began. So it's very, it's very intense. It's very intense. And it doesn't have to be that way this year, but anything can happen. And what Taurus does is it opens up us to new experiences. So just wanted to make you aware that Saturday can be a pretty intense time. You know, it doesn't have to be a very negative time. It could be a very positive time, but either way, it's going to be very, very intense. So that is astrologically what is going on. And just wanted to kind of give you an indication of, you know, what you can expect for this week, and wanted to also tell you about, you know, the eclipse, because I feel like the eclipse season is very important for people, and people get really confused by it and they just don't know what to do about it. So now it's time. I wanted to open up the floor for any callers. I wanted to, you know, do some readings. Okay. So another thing I wanted to talk about when I talk about the lunar nodes is that I wanted to say that everybody has the lunar nodes in their chart. And that's how I read my charts, is looking at the lunar nodes. And I find that it's a very transformational experience when you understand who you are, because you come in from that south node, and that south node is energy that feels very comfortable, but it's not always for your best and greatest experience in this lifetime. And really, the mission is to get to that north node. And like I said, it could be your south node, could be in for example, my south node is in Libra, and I'm trying to get to the Aries. So the Aries is all about standing in my power, not being a people pleaser, and really trying to figure out and how to lead things and not to be the supporting cast of people in my lifetime. So it's really about you leaning in. Yes, and as far as Chiron, it's like I said, like I mentioned earlier, it's about the wounds. And so now we have Angela from New York City.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Welcome to Zodiac Zone.
Oh, thank you.
So I want to go ahead and give you a short reading. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm an evolutionary astrologer, and I really do charts. I want to help people find their life purpose and talk about the wounds that they can overcome in this lifetime.
Thank you.
So let me go ahead and put in your information here into my program. What is your last name or last initial of your last name?
B for boy.
Okay, awesome. And day, month, year you were born.
Okay, 7/3/1951.
Okay, July 3rd, 1961?
Yes.
1961. And what is the time you were born?
I don't know. Never.
Do you have an approximate or?
It was in the morning.
Okay. It really helps to have the time, and I'll tell you why. Because the planets, depending on what degrees they are, they can shift into different houses every couple minutes, every 30 minutes. And that's why it's, the chart could look very different if you don't, have the exact time. The way to get the exact time is you can go online to vital statistics from the county that you were born. And what you do is you order the long form, and the long form would have your birth time on it. I mean, we could try this, but I'm always fearful that I want it to be as accurate as it can be for people. And sometimes when they hear things, that's what they have in their mind. So if you want to, get that information and call back in at another time, whatever you feel inclined to do.
Oh, you know what? You can just give it a shot. Just see what happens.
Okay. What in the morning calls to you? Like, if what is the time that calls to you?
I think I'm trying to remember what my mom. I think she had said it was early in the morning, like 4, 10 o'clock.
Like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.?
Yeah, like pretty early.
Okay. We can try 5:11 a.m.
Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, 5:11 a.m. Would that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try that.
City and state you were born?
In Manhattan, New York City.
Manhattan? I was born there too.
In the village.
Okay. Yeah, I left when I was like 7 years old, so I grew up in South Florida. But
yeah.
Okay, Angela. Now, I do preface by saying that because we don't know the exact time, that this could be a little bit off. And if you feel that this is a little bit off, I would say definitely get that birth time. But we'll go ahead and try it for tonight. Okay. So your south node now, I'm gonna talk astrology, but I'm gonna explain what it means in regular English. Your south node is in Aquarius, and it's in the 8th house. And 8th house is all things mysterious. It's house of the occult. It's house of psychology. It's house of transformation. So that is your 8th house. Your south node is in Aquarius in the 8th house. Your north node is in Leo, and it's in the 2nd house. 2nd house is your self-worth, your money, anything around that. The houses, by the way, can mean 20, 30, 40 different things, but they have the general statement of what they mean, of what most astrologers know what they, kind of go to what they mean. So I would say and you have also, and again, this could be a little bit altered because of the time, but it looks like in this chart you have a yod. A yod is referred to an aspect. It's almost like a spiritual assignment. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Okay. So when you have the south node in Aquarius, one tends to be in their mind all the time. Do you feel like that, Angela? Do you feel like you're in your mind all the time?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, Marissa? Yes.
Yep, I am here.
Okay, I'm talking in the phone. I don't know why it isn't working.
You know why? We're in Mercury retrograde. We're in Mercury retrograde right now. Technology is just going to, it's impossible right now being in Mercury retrograde. Technology is going crazy. Yeah, so it's not you. All right.
Oh, okay.
So you're the type of person that you're in your mind all the time. You're always thinking. You have a thinking mind. And really, this time in this aspect of your life, you're supposed to not be in your mind. You're supposed to more be in your heart. It's that head-heart coherence. And I would say it being in the 2nd house, it's really coming into your self-worth. And it could be possibly a lot of times a north node in Leo in the 2nd house of Taurus could be here to build something, here to lead something. I don't know if you relate to this chart. Like I said, it's since we don't know.
I might have to downsize my house.
I'm sorry?
I might have to downsize my house, leave the house, smaller, home.
I would say with the sun in the 1st house, I feel like that you know what to do. Like you're the type of person that knows what to do when you have to do things. So whatever you feel, you should do, because you're pretty connected to source.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be afraid to stand in your power. And then I talked all about that so far. It's all about standing in your power this year, and do the things that are best for you.
Yes, I know that's very hard.
It is very hard. But I'll tell you what, too, and I would check your birth certificate, and if you you know, if you find out your exact time, please give us a call back or give me a call back.
Okay.
Okay. Have a great night, Angela. Thank you for calling.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, next we have Grace in Sydney, Australia. Hi, Grace.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Do you have your birth time?
I believe it's about 6 o'clock a.m. in the morning on 9th of March, 75.
Okay. I'm sorry. What is your last initial? Your name?
The date, 9th of March,
Grace.
75. My last initial is R for my surname.
Okay. I'm sorry, your birth date.
9th of March.
9th of March, 1975?
1975.
Okay. And your time?
I believe it was around 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Okay, I'm sorry. And the place you were born, Sydney?
And yes.
Sydney. Okay. I'm trying to do this fast and okay.
That's fine.
I want to give you a righty. Okay. It's interesting. You have a very classic birth chart, meaning Aries is your first house, Taurus is your second house. That's an archetype chart. I would say you're definitely the type of person, just like our last caller, you're very much into your mind. You have Gemini in your south node. You have Sagittarius in your north node. I feel like whatever you do, you need to look at the big picture of things and not be so scattered in your mind all the time. And it's really about the big picture and finding your purpose and path. That is what your chart says to me. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, completely. I'm feeling really lost at the moment. I'm just going through a divorce and getting back into the big world, and I'm just feeling really lost as to who I am, where I am going, and what my path is supposed to be next.
Well, it's always about standing in your power and listening to that little voice.
Right.
So that is what I have for you tonight. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Have a great night, Grace.
I appreciate it. You too.
I appreciate you as well. Well, that's all we have time for tonight in Zodiac Zone. I want to thank my two callers for calling in today. And remember, so next week, I'm very, very excited. I'm going to have my first guest, and her name is Stacey McCann, and she just wrote a book called Mind Keeping. And it's a way to, almost like a computer, in the fact that you want to clean up your hard drive, clean up your mind, and be in that present moment. And I'm super excited to have her as a guest next week. So please tune in, and we'll talk about mind keeping. And so that is the format of this show. Pretty much every the fourth week of, or third week, or the last week, I should say, of the month, I will be having a guest, and we'll see also on how it correlates with astrology. So please tune in for that. And I would love to continue to do readings. If any of my listeners out there have any suggestions of what they want to hear, or anything that I could do to make this show better, I'm all ears. I love astrology. I think that you can use it as a tool. And I am looking forward to eventually writing my book, which I want to take this language and make it very simple and make it to use as a tool so you have it. I mean, of course, I always recommend going and having a reading done from a reputable astrologer or somebody that you trust. And the way that it works is, the way that I believe it works is you can only have your birth chart reading once, so you know your birth chart, but each year you have what is called a yearly transit reading, where you can figure out what to focus on each year. And you'd be surprised on how accurate that birth chart is. I mean, it's, the birth chart and the yearly transit chart. So that's what my clients come to me. They tell me, wow, that was amazing. Last year, we really focused on this and you helped me with this. And that's the way that I believe astrology is used. So again, I want to thank each and every one of you for listening tonight. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at my website. It is www.mmastrovibes.com. And I very much look forward to continuing this show and it getting better. And because I'm a bit of a newbie at this, but I just love the language and I want it to continue to grow and people to love astrology as much as I do.
on the Guys Who Live show. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be taking a caller today, so please feel free to dial in. And up until that caller comes, I want to talk to you about grounding. So grounding is something I've been going through with my mentee students this week. The important thing about grounding or earthing is when we are working in psychic work or mediumship work, we're using our higher chakras. So our chakras are energy systems in our body. So from our solar plexus, which is just in where our rib cage is, to our heart space, then going up to our throat, our third eye, and our crown chakra, we are opening those up to either connect with spirit or to read energy, psychic energy. And often when we are doing this, it's like we are a little bit off with the fairies if we're not grounded. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you're feeling isolated, or you're feeling like you're isolating yourself from others, often it is because you are very high up in your chakra energy. So it's time to close those down, but not completely, just have them running, and then grounding yourself. Now, some great ways to ground is from like walking out on grass barefoot, being out in nature, being in the ocean, going and having like even a salt bath is a wonderful way. Eating really good foods can ground you, like nice winter foods, like root vegetables. So if you think about where the food comes from, especially coming from in the ground, that's a wonderful thing to do. Even doing weights, things like lifting heavy or doing weights, is another wonderful way to ground. And now I think we might have someone coming through, and I'll just check who it is. And I'm very excited. Hopefully I can help someone out today. It's Marie in Sandown, New Hampshire. Hi, Marie. How are you, darling?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm very, very good. Thank you. How can I help you today, sweetheart?
Oh, gee.
Where do I start?
Well, I do have a son that passed away unexpectedly.
I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
I do have a lot going on.
Yep. All right, darling. Well, let's see if we can try and connect with him today. I can't guarantee who comes through, but I'll see who steps forward for you, my sweetheart. All right?
Okay.
Okay, Marie. All right. Just give me a little minute to switch gears, darling. I just want to set the intention to bring through a beautiful, clear mediumship reading for Marie today. She's calling on the Son of the Spirit. Please step forward. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Marie, I do actually have a young man here, and he's presenting to me. I'm not sure if he's your son. He's presenting to me in 18 to 23. I can't really tell. He's tall. He's got dark hair that's sort of parted here, and it kind of curls around. Would you understand this young gentleman?
Yes.
Okay. Now, something is going on with this young man's heart. Okay. Hang on a second. Just continue. You have to forgive me, Marie. Sometimes I talk out loud when I'm meant to be talking telepathically, so I sound a little bit crazy. So just give me a second, my sweetheart.
Okay.
Would you understand that these young men used to listen to a lot of music, love a lot of music?
Yes.
And was there an issue with the upper chest? And I am feeling the heart, but I'm feeling like the chest has been really stretched here for some reason. Would you understand anything around that area?
The chest,
I'm feeling a big pressure on the chest. I'm feeling a big pressure on the chest. If you don't understand that, that's totally fine, darling. That's okay.
Right. It could be, I'm not sure.
All right, I'm going to get some more details. And would you say this would be your son?
Excuse me?
And would you recognize the spirit?
With the pain in the chest?
The young man I was talking about.
Yes.
Okay. Would you be happy for me to start getting messages, or would you like me to get some more evidence for you, my sweetheart?
Just a little bit more evidence.
Sure, no problems. Okay, Spirit, can you step forward for me? Was there something that he was like collecting? Something small? There was like quite a few of them. There was a collection that he would have spent a lot of time, probably collected over a few years.
Collection. Well, he collected a lot of things.
Okay, so he was a collector, but would you understand? Sorry, darling?
He collected knives.
I'm not sure what they are. Sorry, Maria, I think I've lost you. Okay, so I've got, he collected small things. There was a big collection of a lot of little things. Have I still got you, Marie?
Excuse me?
Sorry, there was a bit of a delay. I'm here.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
We actually had a power outage not too long ago.
That's okay.
A collection of things. I mean, he collected a lot of things.
Okay. All right, I'll grab some more information. Would you understand that he had a shoulder injury from it's either swinging a bat or something sporty that, what do you play in the States? Is it baseball? There was an injury in his left shoulder that it was something got stretched or torn from playing a sport.
From playing sports?
A sport, yeah.
Would that include like karate and stuff like that?
What the spirit has shown me is if it was from he was swinging something. He was swinging something like that. I was just assuming it was a bat, but he was swinging something like that, and something's on in his shoulder. Like it was. He's just trying to bring through something that I can validate him with.
Right. I'm not sure. I can't. I mean,
okay.
No.
All right. That's okay. All right, Spirit. Can I ask you to bring something?
Giving you a hard time.
Recognize, please. That's all right. That's totally fine, sweetie. Just give me a minute. Spirit, I need something really particular. Ooh, okay. He's showing me a bird. A bird. It looks like a crow. It's a blackbird or an eagle. It's got its wings out. There's something in particular about this bird. There may have been a picture of it in his room, or it might have been something he really liked. But there's it's a bird. It's got its head to the side and its wings are out like this. It's like a picture. It's a picture, an image.
Yeah. That picture is hanging up in one of my rooms.
Bingo.
That he drew.
Okay then. All right. We've got a lock, Marie. Are you happy for me to bring through some messages for you, my sweetheart?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, he said, darling. Okay, so he's just said, we actually got there. He is indicating that he is with you, my sweetheart, and he's sending so much love, so much love. This young man is actually pointing to a financial outlay that you've got coming up that you might be a little bit concerned about. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, sir. Okay, so he really wants you to focus more of your time on you. He's saying you're giving too much to too many other people. You're keeping yourself busy to stop thinking about things that are going on in your life. And he's saying you've really got to draw that energy back and putting it into yourself. He doesn't want you to worry about that money. He's saying that it's going to help you get to the place where you want to be, and the right thing will come up at the right time for you. Did you understand that message?
Yes.
Is there something going on with a fence around your house? Are you putting in your fence, or does a fence come down? There's something to do with a fence around your house or around you.
A fence?
A fence. I've been drawing. Yeah.
There's a fence. I have like a fenced-in area where my dogs go out, and I have goats. This is New Hampshire.
Okay. The spirit is indicating to me for you to check that fence, the integrity of that fence. So if you've got your dogs there, he's saying to check the integrity of the fence. Don't want anything escaping.
Okay, it's pretty secure, but
Okay. I've been drawing fences since I've been in communication with this young man.
Right.
Would you like to ask a question, darling? We've only got like a very short amount of time, and I'll see if I can get you an answer, my sweetheart.
Okay. What happened to him?
He's saying he got lost. He got really lost, and it was an accident. Would you understand that? I'm feeling like it's lost emotionally.
Okay. I don't know if I'd be able to ask this question, but were the people in his house when this happened?
Okay. Are you asking were there people in the house when this happened?
Right.
He's saying no.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Astro Weather and Readings with Ashley June. Live from AshleyJune.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page. Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Astro Weather and Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, I am Ashley from AshleyJune.com, here with your Astro Weather Report and readings for the week of April 17th to the 23rd. We have a big energy week again this week. April is just a big month astrologically. And this week we have the sun moving into the sign of Taurus. Very exciting for me. I'm a Taurus, and Tauruses love our season. It is a season that is all about luxuriating and, kind of just taking the time to allow yourself those little luxuries. Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty. So Taurus loves beautiful things. It's springtime in the Northern Hemisphere. The flowers are finally blooming, and after we've had all of this rain and all of the cold, now we're going to have some sunshine and some springtime, and this is when the baby animals are going to be coming out, and you might see a cute baby bunny. That is the Taurus feeling. Cute, cuddly, wants to eat yummy things, wants to, touch soft textures, maybe go to an art museum or go out and maybe just spend some time in nature, luxuriating in the beautiful sprouting flowers on the trees, the daffodils and the tulips and all of those things to really get into Taurus energy for this next season of the sun. Also in the sign of Taurus, on the 21st, we will have Jupiter and Uranus meeting up together. Jupiter is the planet of gifts and luck and the expansion planet. And Uranus is the planet of shock and awe, change, revolution. So on this day, imagine that there are going to be a lot of things that you're going to maybe see even on the world stage, because these are two large, big hitting planets meeting up, and they're going to be ending old stories and starting new stories. So this aspect is going to be something about revolution and change on a big, shocking level. Also on the 19th, we will have Mercury, the planet of communications, meeting up with Venus, the planet of love and beauty, in the sign of Aries. And Mercury rules the sign of Gemini. Venus rules the sign of Libra. I always say that Gemini and Libra are best friends of the zodiac. So Mercury is still retrograde. So he's kind of moving backwards in the sky. And he's met up with Venus not too long ago, but now he's moving backwards and he's going to go meet up with her again. These two love to talk. And when Gemini and Venus get together, it can kind of be a gossip fest. So you may be hearing people coming up to you and saying, hey, have you heard about so-and-so? And did you hear about this or that person? Or what happened with this? Because Mercury is retrograde, know that once he's moved out of retrograde phase and out of his shadow, these stories will change and there will be more clarity. So try to hold back as best as you can on getting into the gossip fest. But it can be hard sometimes because when Mercury and Venus are together, the gossip can be very juicy. All right, also ready for taking calls? Pat's in New Jersey.
Hi.
Hi, Pat. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Is there anything specific that you were here for today? Anything that I can help you with?
Yeah, just wanted to see going forward about making money.
Okay, finances for Pat. Let's see. I'm using an angel card deck here. I like to work with angels and higher vibrational beings. What message do we have for Pat regarding her finances today? Ooh. The first card that's coming out is Ego. This is Archangel Jophiel, a false sense of entrapment. So regarding your finances, have you been going through a difficult time with finances lately?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. The next thing that's coming up is the Queen of Water. This sign could either be you, Queen sign, or it's somebody who's tenderhearted, empathetic, patient, loving, relationships. And the next card coming up here is we have the Two of Fire, coming into your own. So this is about new relationships. So you've been going through something that's been difficult, new relationships. And with the Two of Fire, fire is all about action. And the Two sign is working with somebody else. Do you have another person in your life that you share finances with, a partner?
No.
No, okay. So this could also be that somebody new coming into your life, a new contract, new partnership is also the Two of Fire card. I'm going to ask for a clarification card. The Wheel and Archangel Michael. So this is kind of open-ended here. which I'm being said this is a time of positive change. I'm being told that there is somebody who could be coming into your life that might be able to give you help. Are you looking for new employment by chance?
No, I'm actually retired, but I do I do like psychic stuff off the books.
Another fire card, 10 of fire, accepting help from others. So this is talking to me about other people coming in who can help you with gaining access to more money. The card on the bottom here is the Ace of Water, falling. This is about new relationships. This can also be about spiritual growth. But regarding finances, I'm seeing that this 2 of Fire card and the 10 of Fire card is about new relationships that could possibly be coming into your life to bring in new sources of financial gain for you. And then the card on top is 6 of Fire, but fire is also action. So there's something that you need to do to be able to make this happen for you. Good news on its way, public recognition. This is a good, but the fire is about action that's in here. So water, Queen of Water, I think that energy might be you. And then the red cards, all of these fire cards are about taking actions here. But on the sides of your reading here, you also have 2 archangels. You have Archangel Michael with a wheel. And the wheel is all about, it's kind of, I say, like spinning the wheel. You have the opportunity to try your luck with something. So you have good cards here for bringing more financial abundance in your life.
Okay.
Let's see, I have a St. Michael, the Archangel deck here. Yes.
I always pray to him.
The Michael card that's coming up for you, this beautiful, it looks like a beautiful woman staring up, like just rays of light coming down on her. Trust in divine purpose. So just know that you have the divine energies that are working behind you and kind of protecting you in your finances as well. And it says you're on a path of growth. So you have energy in your life that you can use to grow yourself financially.
Okay.
And then, well, let's see, that was just another, an energy card here. A growth and beautiful yellow, golden chakra card, accepting. So being able to accept the abundance, because this is a beautiful gold color, this card, it's all about your solar plexus chakra. That's right under your breastbone is the energy center in your body. And that's all about being able to accept abundance into your life. So when these opportunities come up for you, say yes to them. I feel like there's a lot of new people, possibly new opportunities coming in. And what's coming in for you is going to be because of divine timing. Does that make sense at all, Pat?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Good.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Were there any other questions or things that you had that you wanted to answer today?
I was just wondering about my health.
Your health? Let's pull another card. Health for Pat. Oh, we got 2 jumping out here. Oh, this is great. Queen of Earth. This is you again. You have both Queen cards that are coming out for you today. Queen of Water, Queen of Earth. And the Queen of Earth is a make time for those around you. But the Queen of Earth is solid and always able to do what she needs to do. I love this card for you. And then I have the 3 of Water, which is celebration. This is a good sign, I think, for health, especially the Queen of Earth card. It's a green card, and green is the sign of health and of the heart chakra. Take a sensible approach also is the message from this Queen of Earth card. So if you are seeking help or seeking help from a doctor, go with your gut, make sure you're listening to your intuition, and to be able to make the decisions that are going to be right for you and your health, Pat.
Yeah, good. But I just got a lot of tests and everything came back good. So
awesome. I love that. Have more fun is also the 3 of water. So if you were stressed, quit stressing out about health. Your health looks good.
I have to have more fun. Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Pat. Well, thank you so much. And
thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Bottom of the deck, King of Air. Very good. Speak your mind with confidence. Balance mental emotions and considerations. A great reading for you today, Pat. And one more for the collective. Collective reading today. Instinct. Root chakra card. Beautiful card of a snake with a lotus and beautiful red crystals everywhere. All about Kundalini energy. So take these energies that are in the sky, move into Taurus season with confidence, and always remember, follow your instincts, and you will make it through all of these deep, energetic, and intense energetics that we are dealing with as a collective on planet Earth today.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Eleanor Gray's Psychic Destiny with Eleanor Gray. Live from GraceDestiny.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page. Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Eleanor Gray's Psychic Destiny on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, hi, welcome here to Moonstruck TV, A1R Psychic Radio. And we're going out across the world, aren't we, with free live readings to our callers who will be coming through very soon. So I hope you're okay, I hope you're doing well, and looking forward to extending your own psychic senses, which I think everybody can do. We've all got intuition, so it's time to practice those cosmic orders and get yourself in the zone, maybe do a few meditations and look at your life from a different angle. Perhaps think outside the box, look at that alternative view, and hopefully you'll find your pathway. And that's what we're all looking for, really. Our comfort zone, our pathway, someone to love, someone to be able to love back and have that trusting relationship with everyone, all friends, all neighbours. I suppose world peace is a little bit too much to ask for, but we can try. That's all we can do. We can try. Crystal ball, I've got this here for you today. And I'll be using the crystal ball in a very, very sort of sensitive way, I think. I do like to illuminate the crystal for all of my callers because it gives that sense of intuition. It gives a greater sense of perspective. It brings in those higher qualities as well of psychic phenomena. And that's always very, very interesting, particularly when we're looking at films about the paranormal, about everything that we agree and seem to feel is psychic. So look out for some interesting news about psychic films this year. And I feel that you will be, very, very keen to understand the workings, really, of how to use the crystal ball, how to bring that psychic phenomena back to you. Now, this one here is a clear quartz crystal. It's a very magical sense as well, because it's got all of those higher energies, those higher selves. This is where we can aspire to project all of our meditations and all of our visions to use clairvoyance in the right way, and that is to be able to see and to make some sense of the visual images that we can see in the crystal. So it's a very powerful tool to use, and one in which I think it's really important for everybody to try. Now, I think we do have Amanda that is coming through on the line. Hello there, Amanda. You're through to Eleanor Grace. How are you here today?
Okay.
Are you good? Okay, well, I'm good too. Let's have a look at you, Amanda. I'm really just going to take a couple of cards. I've got my deck here. This is the Rider-Waite deck, and everybody knows about these cards. And I like to use these just to get that connection with you and for you to be able to feel a lot more comfortable and open up. What I am sensing around you, Amanda, is that you have a great sense of being psychic yourself, really interested in paranormal activities too, and how you can transfer that thought process from one person to another. Is this something that fascinates you? Because I'm getting lots of energy around your energy. So it must be a focus for you to look into your dreams, to have that sense of being able to know what is happening next. Is that true, Amanda? Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I don't like the unknown.
You don't like what?
The unknown. If I don't know something, I don't like it.
Yeah. So you want to probe and find out more. Well, this first card is here for you. This is all about you really trying hard at work, pushing yourself, I think, Amanda, pushing, I think, perhaps sometimes up a hill where it just seems to be a bit too difficult all the time. I feel that recent past has been that effort that you've been making. You know, it's a struggle. You're pushing harder and harder forward. But you can see your goal. You know exactly where you want to be. And I think that that's a comfort inside of you, that you at least know what you want to aspire to do and who you want to be in life. And that is really great, really is. There's a lot of people don't have that. You've got the Star card here, which is bringing in aspirations. These aspirations are powerful. They are going to take you forward. They're going to allow you to follow your dreams and your own pathway. But I do think it's a new one. I have to say that to you. I feel that there's a separation from what you were and who you are today and who you want to be going forward into the future. And that's where your life is taking you, almost by mistake or because you're not pushing it in that direction. It's almost just taking you there itself. So it's like you've just got to step out onto one pathway. So that's really meaning you've got to make one decision, and that decision just takes you into a new direction altogether. So I do feel, Amanda, that this is really important for you to understand. Would you agree with that? Is that something that you really want to see happen?
Yeah.
So the separation that I've got in your life, is that you leaving somebody behind? Now, it may be a long time ago, but emotions, I think, are still being kept and held very strongly and very powerfully in your mind, because that's what I'm connecting to. So did you separate from a loved one, from somebody close to you a long time ago?
My son died in September.
Ah, that's why I got the boy. Okay. I'm so sorry for your loss, and that separation of ties is so hard for you to to take, but this is why your life is in two halves as I see it. So you have the past, the recent past that is haunting you, it's daunting, it's difficult for you, this big struggle. Do you have a daughter as well?
Yeah.
Okay, because she is around you, close to you. She's this star that I've got here. And even though this is so difficult and so painful for you, I do feel that life is changing quite quickly and you have to keep up. You have to step up now and go with it. I feel that this is something as well that your son would have wanted. Miss it. Was this a long illness? Did he have a long illness? I'm getting a very sick child. It may be your child. Hello?
No, it was a car crash. It was sudden.
Okay. 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 All right. Well, we open the floodgates when we talk about children, and especially your son here. And there are other children that have come through. So let's just stick with you. And because sometimes it's when people die suddenly, and I've seen this many times over 30 odd years now, that sometimes they don't realise what's happened. They don't know because it's a shock, and they're sort of still with you, still in that same moment, in that same instance. But I do have lights in spirit around you, and I feel that this is a process now that's going to have to take place, because these lights are soul. These belong to your soul family, and these will come down, grab your son and his soul, and take you to his soul family. And that's where you resonate from. That's where you have come from. I don't see that there's going to be any difficulty with that. I don't see him stuck. I don't see him marooned or lost in any way. But I do feel that there's delays. And I know for you, as what I've said to you already, there was one part of your life happened and now it's the next part. And there's nothing that you can do to change that. And of course, to grieve your loss and to also look for new beginnings for yourself. Now, I've got the initial of S here. I've always wanted to go to Sam with you. I don't know if that's somebody in spirit who is older, that is perhaps an ancient relative. Do you know somebody with that name? It's a male.
An F?
It's an S. Well, I've got two. There's an S and there's an F. So I want to go to Sam. That's a name that I've got. It might be somebody around you now. And then there's the F. They all sound the same on the radio and also on the TV. So who is it that I'm connecting to? Let me just ask you that so that we don't delay in trying to get a message. It's not a puzzle. It's not a game. I just want to get that message to you because it's so important. Who would you, what is the name of the person that you want to connect to?
Christopher.
Is that your son?
Yes.
And who is the male with the initial F?
It could be my grandfather. He had passed. His last name starts with an S.
Okay, all right. I can't hear you that clearly. And do you know somebody, a man who is standing by you called Sam? He is somebody in your life now. He's not in the spirit world. He's there with you. Do you know him?
No.
Okay, well, you're going to meet him soon. He's a guide. He's a physical guide that's come here for you. Christopher, what a lovely soul he was. He was taken too early, and angels are here. I've got angel cards that are all around him and you. You have to trust. I know it's so hard for you, Amanda, to do that, but you have to trust and follow your life, follow your daughter too. And I do feel that there's going to be some recompense for you. There's a reward of some sort that is coming to you, both spiritually and also physically as well. So there's an uplift in your journey and in your life. Christopher, bless, 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 bless. Let's send some healing lights to you. And he's watching you. Don't miss him. I feel he's with you all the time. He knows where you are and he's around you. And you can talk to him. You do, because he comes through in your dreams. Don't try to remember all of the trauma, of the difficulty that you've had, Amanda. That's only reliving that terror. And just be thinking of him as the happy child, your son, your boy, and that person that he was for the short time he was here. And we'll send love and blessings to his soul and take him forward. And I feel that it is your grandfather and other spirits too who are there to collect him, to take him forward to his space where he is now. So bless you very much for coming on to our show here, and try and sleep. I know you're not, I don't feel that you sleep very well. And I do feel that there's this person, Sam, who is going to come in and just give you, I think, encouragement as a physical guide. Sometimes a mentor could happen at work, but during the next month or two, you will know who he is. And you'll probably remember after the show. If you do, then you can contact me and message me as well on Facebook at Eleanor Grace Psychic Evenings. You'll find me there. And you can also find me on Moonstruck TV. So have a look there as well and replay the video, because you may find that there's a few little bits of information that have been missed. Okay. Yeah, right. Thank you for coming in. So that was Amanda, a lovely, heartwarming story about her and her son who has passed into spirit and who we really want to reach out to, and who really does reach out to his mum. Okay, it's powerful, isn't it? It's emotional as well when we do get those connections and we make them so very poignant and important. And then we realise as well that it's so very, very special for us to be able to help. So we're through now. We've got another caller on the line. Osha. Hello there, Osha. How are you today? Hi. How are you today?
Hi.
Good. Great. Let's have a look at the card for you. Let's see what I'm looking at here. Are you moving, Osha? Are you on the move at the moment, wanting to pack your things away?
Yeah, on the verge.
You're on the verge of moving. Yes, I thought so. It's happy move, because here we are. We've got the sunshine coming out just for you, and it's making a very, very strong presence here in your reading. So it's going to be making you feel as though everything is just very special, really powerful as well for you. So this move here is allowing you a new beginning. So this start is very, very much what you've wanted, but there's somebody following you as well. I've got a man here who is chasing after you, not in a bad way, but metaphorically speaking. You have somebody who really rates who you are and who wants to be with you, wants to spend more time with you, wants to make sure that you're happy. Do you have a partner by your side who is a very happy chap?
Nope.
Well, you will have very soon. He's here. I can see him. He's chasing after you at the moment. So you will know him, or maybe just have met him, Osha. But he's coming with you on this journey. So you are moving in one direction, and you have this wonderful sort of section of your life that is very magical, it's very special, and this brings in that extra element of surprise where you will have this very powerful connection in love and romance. So he's the one that's going to be seeking you out. So I don't think that you have to do anything particularly. You just have to be you, follow your life, do what it is that you want to do. Make this move, though. It is important. It's a good move for you. It's one full of resources as well. So you're being asked to use all of your resources, your intelligence, your emotions, your looks, your whole being, in order to make impressions. So you will be doing exactly that. You'll be making impressions, and these impressions are powerful. You are really relating to new people on your pathway, and you've got money. Money is coming towards you as well. So earned income is going to improve and increase, but you've also got additional funds that are going to be made available to you. And this is within a partnership, within a relationship. Now, you do have lights in spirit here, Asha, and these lights in spirit do make like a pretty scene, because everybody's dancing. You know, I can see all of these lights dancing around and, you know, wanting to bring you much happiness and a sense of purpose. So I have that feeling with you that you've been quite lonely or isolated in the past, or felt as though you were, that you didn't get too much understanding from those individuals around you. Is that correct? Is that how you felt, or were you treated 100%. That way?
Yeah, especially since COVID. I mean, COVID was awful.
I know. It's that lockdown, wasn't it? And also this feeling of isolation and just being so very much alone. That's going to break now. I don't see you having that going forward. I feel that your life is changing in a very positive way. And partly it is because of spirit that is pushing you along. I do have those spiritual connections around you. I just want to take a moment and just feel who that is. I've got a male here, strong person, strong character. You would have known him very well, and he would have been quite involved in your life. So this would be father, grandfather. The actual image of him I find very hazy. So this must have been quite some time ago that he passed. But he's sending these buckets of love. It's like hearts are zooming down to really allow you to feel the benefit. So you must accept that and look for a beautiful place to live and to actually put some flowers or a plant or something in a tub or in a container at your front door. That seems to be really quite important, because that's where your light is, and opening this front door is just like you opening up a new section of your life. So do you relate to this person who's here? I've got a J as well. That's very powerful. Also a W around you, Osha. So these initials, I want you to take those and just think quietly as to who they may belong to. There's somebody coming into your life, because I can see that there's as soon as you push and push and push that door open, you've got this wonderful sort of sense of welcome. So people are reaching out their hands to welcome you. And this, I feel, is on this new stage in your life. And this brings in new modes of travel as well. So you will be exploring a little, going perhaps a little bit more outside your comfort zone than you would do ordinarily. So I think you'll be reaching out to new territories and new lands even. Holidays will be important, but think also about international contacts. So working from abroad, some international companies or contacts are there. So let's just recap a little bit. Let's just go back, because this male in spirit, this man in spirit is coming through really very strongly now, holding this lady's hand. So is sort of bringing this woman in as well. So these must be grandparents, a couple, it's either brother or sister or grandparents. Do you recognise those spirits for you, Osha?
Yeah, my papa's name was Joseph Melanfont. So yeah.
And what was the surname?
He was my grandmother. My grandmother was a healer. So
okay.
Yeah. So she's very, very much a part of my life, spirit. And my grandfather, he was a pipe fitter, and I became a plumber when I was in my teens, 20s, and 30s. So I followed his footsteps.
Brilliant. Okay. Okay. So what you've got here is Joseph. Then that's where I gave you the J, and this man in spirit who really sort of was pounding through, and he's grabbing, I think, your grandma as well, your grandmama, who again has got this healing sense around you. But there is something particular about the plant or the flower in the container at the front door. So it seems to be very special. I mean, did you have a belief about marigolds, for example? This was your grandmother, your grandma.
Yeah, she loved marigolds.
Did she? Was that her favourite? Because I want you to put marigolds by your front door, and that's her signal, so she can come and visit you. This is in your new place.
Awesome.
And she's healing. You just all this purple that I've got around me today. This is the indigo level, because and I knew that I would be reaching spirits tonight or today. It's tonight here in London, but today spirits here with this indigo level that had to come a long way, and that was the same with the previous caller. It is with you, Osha, and it brings in that wonderful abundance, a feeling of abundance and joy, because you're connected, and you're connected through me, through yourself, particularly in your dreams. So Joseph is bringing, a great deal of energy, and he's pulling along your grandmama, but wants you to know that success is tangible. I mean, it's one of those things that is in your mind. You're successful every day if you think you are. So don't be negative about anything that you're doing. So are you actually packing up at the moment? Do you have cases, and do you have, sort of stuff that you want to sort of get into boxes and just send to a new address?
Yeah, and I'm also getting ready to launch some products back into the market. So I work with boxes.
And that's why you work with boxes. Oh, that's why then. I can see, here we go. We've got that great connection, which is wonderful for you. So if you're launching something new, that is going to take you